And I'd like to introduce Erin and Jyoti, Nayaswamis Jyotish, and I don't know your specific role, but I know you're both involved in the development department, and Erin is coordinating it at Ananda. This is our chance to touch the world of Ananda. We sort of know the neighborhood of Ananda, in a sense, here, even if the neighborhood goes from Davis to Stockton to Rockland, Lincoln, Granite Bay, Folsom, whatever. This is our neighborhood in a sense, but Ananda is worldwide. And so this is our chance to touch the world of Ananda, which is vast and fascinating and amazing. And so Erin and Jyoti will both share about that.
Thank you, Dharmadas. Thank you all for having us for service and for this satsang. It's our joy to be here representing Ananda worldwide, our outreach ministries, and sharing with you a little bit, as Dharmadas said, the global scale of Ananda and some of what you all help to make happen. So I wanted to start by sharing what are the Ananda outreach ministries, because we talk about that outreach, but what does that actually include? So it includes ananda.org, which has many, many resources, Ananda Online, our courses, live events, the virtual community, our Kriya ministry, healing prayer ministry, Treasures Along the Path, which is shares archives. It's an archive of all of Swami Kriyananda's talks, preserving them and sharing them. Ananda Espanol, which is our Spanish ministry, our music ministry, Radio Ananda. Do we have any people that listen to Radio Ananda here? Yeah. Our meditation groups and support around the world. And also our retreat centers, the Expanding Light and the Meditation Retreat, are an important part of our outreach in the way that we touch many souls. So I was thinking, Jyoti and I have been traveling also with Nayaswami Pranaba, who couldn't come today, he's in seclusion, but we've been traveling to our different West Coast communities, Portland and Seattle and Palo Alto. And I was thinking how grateful to be able to travel with Guru Bhais, because I don't know if anybody's traveled recently, but it's kind of hairy being out in the world. And it's such a blessing to get to travel with not only with friends, but with spiritual friends. You feel like you're in this little bubble of light and joy and harmony. And I was thinking how much our Ananda communities here in Sacramento and Portland, Seattle, everywhere, even our meditation groups, are like these little bubbles of light and joy that we get to plug into and be a part of. And really what our outreach ministries do is create and extend that network of light and of joy and support and inspiration for so many more people that live beyond the geographic location of one of our communities, to be able to feel connected to that and supported by that and inspired by that. And there are many ways that people connect. And so I'm going to share a little bit about a few of those. One of them is our healing prayer ministry, which I know, thank you for giving us the time today. I know normally we have healing prayers after service. And many of our communities have a healing prayer ministry, and our global healing prayer ministry supports that with resources, with classes and courses. And we also have a healing prayer council of over 1,000 members who receive an average of 120 prayer requests each month. And it's, that's beautiful. The numbers are amazing. But more than that, it's beautiful to see the way people are really touched by plugging in this way. They might not even be a member of Ananda. They might not have come for meditation or for this path or any of that. They're seeking support. They're seeking prayers. They're wanting to tune into the healing principles. And they get that through the healing prayer ministry, which is really powerful. Our music ministry is kind of the same way. We have our Ananda music in all of our communities, so beautiful here. This morning, it was And, one of the things that Jyoti and I have noticed as we travel around is every place feels like home. Every place, every community that we go to feels like home. And I really feel like the music is such an important part of that, because we're all singing the same music. We're chanting the same chants, and that it has that vibration of home in it. And so our music ministry, our global music ministry through Ananda's outreach, supports, again, through resources, through classes, through training. Recently, one of our friends, Geeta Bai, finished a series of videos on the oral history of Ananda music, interviewing people who have been participating in, sharing, practicing, playing Swami Kriyanada's music over the years. And there's nearly 30 videos, I think, in the series. So that's really a beautiful way to plug into what is Ananda music and really understand it from those that have lived it and shared it. And this coming year, the music team is going to be working on another series of videos to share the principles of Ananda music. We have lots of videos. We have our chant book, we have our song book. But as many of us know who have tuned into this music, it's more than just playing the notes. It's more than just singing the notes perfectly or correctly. There's really a consciousness, and there are some core principles behind sharing this music in the way that we do. And so they're going to be creating some videos to be able to help us all dive deeper into that. We also recently had a beautiful oratorio performance at the Temple of Light. And it's such a blessing to be able to, of course, come together with the local community there at Ananda Village to enjoy that. But because of our ability to record and stream, we were able to share with almost 1,000 people have tuned in and either watched it live or watched the recording since that night. We did it on Good Friday, so just before Easter. And 1,000 people tuning into Christ Lives in oratorio. I mean, what does that say about the world right now? That's beautiful. What an inspiration that so many people can tune into that. And it's because of the support that all of you offer as well that we're able to share so broadly everything that we do. Our Spanish ministry is another beautiful way that we connect with many souls. Essentially, if you think of everything that Ananda offers, the meditation classes, yoga teacher training, Path of Kriya, I can't name everything, books, website, online resources, Ananda yoga classes, all of that is happening also in Spanish and reaching Spanish-speaking devotees all around the world, in countries all around the world. And it's really beautiful to see this, this sort of parallel community, this brother community of ours. They have started doing in-person events as well as everything that they offer online. So last year, a group of devotees came to Ananda Village for a pilgrimage of our Ananda Espanol community. And, even though we didn't speak the same language, it was just beautiful to see the energy and the light and the joy. It's like, yes, you're my sister of joy. It was just so wonderful to see them come together. And Nayaswami Asha is in Argentina right now doing some offerings, going to Ecuador and Spain. And then they'll also have a pilgrimage in Ananda Sisi, so bringing people together in person, which is so powerful. And our English-speaking ministry also is getting out there. We're not just online. We had a few years there where we were kind of confined to the online space. And last year when we were here, I think I may have shared that in 2022, there were 16 outreach trips with 18 different ministers and teachers. And, when I shared that last time, I was like, wow, that's great. Coming out of the pandemic, we were really excited about that. But in 2023, there were 50 outreach trips with 37 different ministers and teachers. So it's just exploding. I mean, even beyond maybe what we were doing before the pandemic. There's so many more teachers and ministers going out. There's so many more groups, so many more things happening, offering a connection for people. Maybe they've taken an online class, and then, Pranaba goes to often to Dallas, to Michigan, and offers Kriya initiations for people there. And just beautiful to see the connection. Nayaswami Shanti Rubenstone just recently went to Australia and offered the first Kriya initiation on the continent. ever just this year, which is so powerful. In Australia. They also visited New Zealand, and then Nayaswami Pranaba and Sagar will also visit both Australia and New Zealand coming up in the spring, in May. So yeah, we have 45 different centers or groups in the US, but also in Canada, Japan, Philippines, New Zealand, Australia, Hong Kong, Singapore, and China. And all of those are supported through Ananda Worldwide. So everything that you all get to plug into here through Sacramento, we're offering that to people. Sometimes they're the only person in their country that is a disciple. We have some really far-flung folks out there, and they're able to tune in to this ray, to tune into the inspiration that Master offers through Ananda. So I want to touch a little bit on that online outreach because it is so powerful, even for those of us that are able to come in person to things. It's helpful to have those online resources. Our Online with Ananda has sort of three parts: our courses, our live events, and our virtual community. And last year alone, over 2,000 people, it was actually 2,023, which was kind of funny, participants in our online offerings. And we have over 20 teachers and volunteers that are supporting that effort. Our virtual community is interesting also. There's 346 people from 29 different countries. And it really is a virtual community. It really is a community. Almost everyone in the community is a disciple. The majority of them are Kriya bonds. So it's very much like any of our other communities, these deep souls that are really seeking connection, that are really seeking to live the teachings and take that into their lives, but their lives don't allow them to live anywhere. They have to be wherever they are, but they're able to connect to that sense of community. So it's so powerful. And more than the numbers, it's really the lives that are touched by being able to connect with these teachings, to connect with other friends and spiritual seekers. Many of the people that have come through and done classes with Online with Ananda are starting their own groups or energizing local efforts. We had a beautiful couple, Nan and Neil, who are in Maryland on the East Coast, and they came and took lessons of meditation and went through all the courses and took Kriya and have just reinvigorated the group that's on the East Coast and have a yearly retreat now. They started last year, they're doing it again this year, just bringing people together. Really beautiful. We also have in Europe, it's really interesting because of course there is a center in Assisi, but there are people in other countries besides Italy in Europe, and some of them take the path of Kriya through our Online with Ananda courses, and then they go to Assisi and they get Kriya initiation. And then a few of them, there's a few really dynamic couples that have actually started centers or meditation groups in Germany, France, Belgium. I think there's a few others that I'm forgetting, but it's beautiful to see these bridges that are being built and the way that we're able to support devotees everywhere. That's really what we want to offer, make it available to as many people as possible. And so lastly, I'll just touch on Inner Renewal Retreat, which maybe some of you visited and participated in, or maybe some of you participated in online. But we did something a little bit different this year. We offered Inner Renewal Retreat online for free. And, normally we get about 200 people who will sign up online and participate, which is wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. But we really wanted to see, what if we just made it available and we put it out there for anyone who wanted to come and have an experience of this event? Because it's really a powerful week. For any of you who have participated, you know how inspiring and uplifting it can be to really dive deep for a whole week in the teachings and classes with Jyotish and Devi. This year we had 3,661 enrollments. So a huge leap in enrollment. But more than that was how many of those people participated. We had an average each day, an average of about 2,000 people tuning in or watching the recording immediately after, because of course people are coming in different time zones and from 122 different countries. So just think about what the ripple effect of something like that is. I don't think we're ever really going to know. We had a meeting recently amongst the Sangha managers, and we're thinking about spiritual renewal week and then inner renewal week next year, and we're thinking about how do we get all the data and the metric, what impact did it have and what did people do? We're trying to, analyze, tune into it. But I think even if we had all the data, I don't think we're ever going to get all the data. I mean, just the inspiration that people felt in that. And even people coming for the first time, there were 58% of those that participated, of those 2,000 on average that came and participated, 58% of them, it was their first time doing something with Ananda. So they've never taken a course, they've never visited. This is their first thing that they're doing is inner renewal retreat. And, I have to admit, part of me was like, I wonder how new people are going to take that in, because it's kind of, it's a big week. It's a deep dive, it's not, I think the first day Jyotish said, okay, put your seatbelts on, buckle up. But the comments from people, their experience, this one person said, thank you for sharing this beautiful experience online. I'm a newbie and I was totally moved by everything I heard and learned. Another person said, this is the first inner renewal retreat I've attended as I'm just getting acquainted with Ananda. I attended online and so appreciate the warm, loving energy emanating from the group meditations and events. They felt that online. And yes, of course, Jyotish and Devi are incredibly magnetic. We have beautiful recording system and all of that to be able to try and convey that. But more than that, it's all of us. It's all of you, all the energy that we contribute day after day in our meditations, in our service, in creating this global community. All of us contribute to that. And that's what people feel when they come in the door, whatever door that might be, whether it's healing prayers or music or an online class or an event. They feel that sense of community. They feel that energy and that upliftment. And I don't think we'll ever really know the impact that has on people's lives. It's quite powerful. So thank you for all that you contribute in so many ways. And I'll invite Jyoti up to share also.
Hello, everyone. Whoop. Oh, thank you. Great. We do, don't we, Prem? So, just to say it, there are folks who are more inclined towards the virtual community and participating very frequently, fully, with the community in forums and different things that are offered. And then we have folks who will take all their training online and then move forward, get Kriya in Italy or wherever. So it's not to say they don't mix in at times. They're not two separate groups. But what I'd like to share with you today are two testimonials, one from someone who is a very dynamic member of the virtual community, and then another gal who took all of her training online, who lives overseas. So, the virtual community is more than an online communication platform. It has a living presence of love, support, and joy that permeates our souls. The more energy we put into it, the more we benefit and feel the joy of sharing even more. It is a blessing that I thank Master for daily in my heart. Multiple avenues of teachings are available, and often it's the exact teaching, class, chant, deep healing, or satsang that you need for your individual growth at that exact time. Through our spiritual friendships and reaching out, there is an enormous unconditional support in a variety of different forms that you can choose to join or opt out of. Weekly and almost daily opportunities exist to further our meditation sadhana through both longer meditations, including the 8-hour Christmas meditation, and short burst 30-minute meditations with the magnetism of the group. Regular longer meditations, I discovered, are not so easy to do alone or on a regular basis. One of the online virtual community silent retreats took me to a new level of discipleship. It was an extraordinary blessing. The virtual community is one of the greatest gifts of my life. And with new and old friendships constantly being cultivated, I can't recommend it more highly, or to have a fresh look at the community website and see the vast array of what is on offer. So that gal's from the UK. And this is a person who took all of her training through online with Ananda. And I'll read it and then you can have your heart touched. Last week, I participated in a Kriya Yoga retreat with Jyotish and Devi in Holland. A dream came true. Until then, I had never done something in person with Ananda. Here in Belgium, Yogananda's work is not represented, and America is currently not an option for me to visit. So not long after my Kriya initiation with Ananda Village Online in September of last year, I prayed and asked for a little miracle. If I could not go to America, maybe America could come to me. You can imagine how surprised I was when I heard some months later that for the first time in history, Jyotish and Devi would come to Holland, at a place that it is only 1 hour drive from where I live in Belgium. I could hardly believe it. It felt like my prayer was heard. And so last week, I had one of the most beautiful experiences of my life. To be among Kriya bonds, meditating and singing together, and not alone in my room, feeling the high energy and meeting Jyotish and Devi in person has touched my heart so deeply that I decided to subscribe myself for meditation teacher training so that I'm able to spread Master's teachings in Belgium. Thank you, Divine Mother and Master, for this miracle in my life. Isn't that extraordinary? And Jyotish and Devi did share briefly about meeting this gal. She'd never been with a Kriya bond. She'd never sung. She'd never done anything other than by herself. So just to say it, your support, your financial support, your prayer support, just as you participate here, you are contributing such incredible energy and offering the gift of Master's teachings to so many. So thank you, one and all, for all that you do. And now, that's pretty much it. We're going to have a little ceremony. Most of you know what this is. You have pledge cards on your seat. For those of you who feel to make a pledge today, that would be grand. And many of you have made your gifts online or have sent them in. So what we're going to invite you to do is come up, bring an envelope so that you don't feel weird if you don't have anything to offer today. And that sounded a little weird. But anyway, we invite you to come up. We have a little gift for you. So Erin is going to play a chant, and we'll invite you to come up and place your envelope in the basket. But as you do so, really be aware, be conscious, and offer your prayers in support and gratitude for all that Master and Swamiji are doing worldwide. We have a little gift for you as well. This is your gift today. And it's Master's eyes. And there's a beautiful writing on the back. So if you have a friend that you know couldn't make it today and would like to have one of these, let me know, and we'll give you an extra, okay? So there we go. So just come up as you feel to.
Listen to my soul song, listen to my heart song, listen to my soul song, listen to my heart song. In secret in my soul, I will gather blossoms for thee, dipping them in devotion. I will lay them at thy
Let's end our time together by sending out the blessings that we receive every day through being a part of Ananda, through being a part of this community, and seeing the light of our masters, of Swami Kriyananda, radiating out to touch all receptive souls, to uplift consciousness everywhere. Let's rub our hands together. Peace. Amen. Thank you all. And we would love for your help in moving the chairs. Your final act of service for the day? Maybe not. Hopefully not. No. But it's okay if you do go home and rest. Thank you all. Thank you for having us. Yeah, fairly. Yeah, good to see you too. Glad you could come. How are you doing? Are you settled are you in the community? Yeah, I know. Okay. Trying to find your spot. Yeah.
Anyway, he was saying,
Wonderful. That's great. Well, Divine Mother's got it in her hands. But
okay.